All aboard!
The Gordian Knot.
Legend of the Gordian Knot states that sometime around the 2nd millennium BC, a Fijian oracle proclaimed that the next man to drive an ox cart into town should be crowned with the available position as king. This ox cart pilot was a peasant farmer named Gordian, who was the credited founder of the great city of Gordium, a part of modern-day Turkey, and father of future King Midas. The ox cart was tied inside the palace to a post with a tangle of intricate knots, wrapped so tight that the idea of untying it seemed hopeless. An oracle declared that any man who could untie the elaborate knot was destined to become a great ruler. This knot stood fastened in the palace for hundreds of years until the 4th century BC, when Alexander the Great was presented with the puzzle. Legend claims that after finding the knot too difficult to untie the traditional way, he improvised and slashed the knot with his sword. The unraveled bits fell around him, and Alexander the Great went on to become one of the most successful military commanders in history. Today, the term is used to describe one thinking outside the box to solve a seemingly impossible problem. The city of San Francisco could be described as an impossibly tangled knot of all emotions and adventures that this life has to offer. The explorers that venture into its veins will find a gamut of inspiration, destitution, desire, and answers to questions long ago asked. Here dreams may arise that mankind has yet to even perceive. With this series, the Gordian Knot of our city by the bay, we will unloose, making it familiar as a backyard garden. Let's live our lives abundant and forge on full-hearted. This is a frugal guide to San Francisco Bay Area. If you're someone who likes to see a city for its local culture and geographical location, then like and subscribe because this is the kind of content I'll be sharing. Get into history, geology, and present adventures. We'll find out what it means to be human. Let's answer questions with action and appreciation and discover that our bodies are more than just traps for the soul. Fog scrapes ancient rock of the San Francisco hills. It snakes its way through the buildings that make up the 36 official neighborhoods of this small 7-mile by 7-mile city. My first time in San Francisco was the summer of 1991. I still remember my first time over the Bay Bridge with massive structures crowding the waterfront. I imagined all the possibilities while staring at the reflections of city lights shimmering onto the bay. On Market Street, I skate towards the city's interior. I'm surrounded with the clacking of skateboard wheels on brick. The diverse crowds walk with a purpose. Their purpose keeps them concentrated on their own lives. This attitude leaves me feeling the freedom to enjoy my adventure. My perspective on life changed forever that day. Here I was with duct tape shoes and only a few dollars to my name. And there he was, a millionaire stuck in traffic, in his limo, inching its way through city streets. It's then that I came to life with the realization that you don't have to be a millionaire to unravel the streets of San Francisco. Much of what makes San Francisco special is paid for and maintained with tax dollars. 17.9% of the city's landmass is public parkland. That's 5,384 acres. Streets are a gallery of architecture, landscaping, and sculpture. Beaches are depicted in California plein air paintings. Street parties spill into homes and small alleyways every weekend. Find groups that enjoy similar hobbies. Somewhere down there is a skipping club, groups of knitters knitting, frisbee golfers golfing. Pay tribute to Busby Berkeley with your own choreographed swim team. Bike parties or critical mass swarm the streets. Race your big wheel down Lombard, or even on rare occasions, snowboard through its streets. Accreted terrains and wealth of geology is underfoot. It adds to the complexity of this geographical area. Relics of the Farallon Plate and Juan de Fuca plates have been scraped off during subduction over millions of years. I walk through this ancient rock that has been deposited along the San Franciscan coast. Different terrains cross the city and surrounding towns. Some, like the granite of the Selenian Block, have traveled north over 350 miles on the Pacific Plate and shares its origins with the Sierra Nevada mountains. Climb through the variety of terrains and microclimates to vistas where we can look down and see a world of possibilities. Down there, every second is composed of over 1 million different lives being experienced all at once. These neighborhood mounds of radiolarian chert, pillow basalt, and gray wacky sandstone provide us with a new perspective on our dynamic habitat. A land always on the move. This area is near Muscle Rock, where the San Andreas Fault slips into the sea. The 1906 earthquake, the roar of 10,000 lions, was centered nearby. It's said that the fault slipped approximately 24 feet in this area during those violent seconds that changed the city forever. Each episode, we'll open our eyes to adventure. We'll enjoy its simple pleasures and even splurge sometimes when the experience is right. Let's devour the city like a loaded potato dripping with sour cream, butter, and cheese. Every day is a puzzle. Fitting everything together into a 12-hour day is our challenge. A life rich with experience is available to even the poorest San Franciscan. Sometimes it seems impossible to ever catch up. Sure, every neighborhood has its expensive foods, wines, and painted Victorians, but every neighborhood also has its public parks, bike paths, and sidewalks that cover 1,260 miles of city streets. Most amenities are close to home. Ferries, Muni, BART, and bikes are easy ways to access other nearby cities and microclimates. Museums have free days. Beaches offer us a place to get away. Because this city is expensive, it's important to remember what we're paying for. If you're not going to get out and enjoy the city, this might not be the place for you. It's perfect for someone who likes to be on the cutting edge, for someone who likes to have access and convenience, Be relevant on a world stage. Look for beauty even where you don't expect to find it. This geographical location has something for everyone. Good people can be found everywhere in society. The city is my living room. I don't have to look far to find someone with an amazing life story to tell. Both young and wise, we flow through the time we are given. This city is always changing. Change is often why we come to the big city. My goal here is not to resist change, but to channel energy into a creative direction. To find a new route. Resisting change is like trying to stop time and might only amount to energy wasted. This energy could be used to build the world we want to live in. We meet beachside to watch the sun push its way into the sea. We feel water churn around bare feet while standing in waves. We strip off our clothes and jump into the ocean's shapeless womb. We are engulfed by its loving hands and cured with salty love. We float and stare at clouds drifting across enormous sky. We forget life's pain for a little while. A friend says, "When I left home, many walls were set in my way, but they were walls easy to break down, like walls made of tin."